I'm going to begin with you, Zack, actually. I was wondering, because obviously you know the guys, you've known them a while. When they first told you they were thinking about writing this movie and thinking about writing a movie for you, what was your first reaction? How did you feel about that?
I would say I'm good, and I just feel like, having some fun, and just want to give people just to see this film and just to make me, feel good and make me feel happy and exciting and give the whole world.
Have you got used yet to seeing yourself on the big screen? Or is that still quite surreal for you?
Actually, great. Just love doing it.
And Shia, I mean, I read some of that. You said this project sort of changed your life, and it seems to have had a really profound effect on you. I was wondering if you could just elaborate on that, what it was about this experience that meant so much to you.
Not even the experience, just being around Zack. Like, he softened me. And if you were around Zack long enough, he'd soften you too. It's like I think, I was raised on Nirvana and The Simpsons, and I have like a really cynical gene in me that sort of overwhelms the naive, cutesy part of me. And then you get around Zack long enough, and you start feeling the effects. So I would just say Zack. Zack has an effect on everybody he's around. It's a softening effect.
Because even just seeing you guys yesterday on the red carpet, you can just tell that you've got such a close friendship.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things I think we take for granted as audience members is the friendships that come from this. We just see what's on screen, but one of the things I guess you've both taken from this project is this friendship you've developed.
Yeah. Somebody asked us before you came in here, like, what was it? Some kind of, what do you say? Trinkets? What trinkets did you get from the movie? And I can't remember any like physical trinkets or anything like that. I have his phone number and we text each other, and I'd say that's the biggest takeaway I have from the movie is I walked away with like a dude I love.
And Zack, I mean, in the film, the character is pursuing a dream. Obviously, in this instance, it's wrestling. He wants to become a wrestler. And I was wondering, because it sounds like being a movie star is one of your dreams. Did you see parallels between yourself and the character you played?
I want to say, except for my dream, just to be part of this film because I just couldn't do it, alone without, Shia, and of course, Dakota Johnson have been doing, like so many movies and TV shows, and they have been, to show me how to be part of this film of this movie. So that have been, changed my life to be, the bigger star and to be part of this film and just to be in the movie. Because I just gonna do it without those two have been doing a lot of things for our past years.
He's really good at these interviews because, like, no matter what you ask him, he's going to say what he wants to say for as long as he wants to say it. And it's something to learn. If you're ever stuck in these situations, this is something to learn from Zack Gottsagen, how to deal with junkets. Say what you want to say for as long as you want to say it, no matter what's asked of you.
Yeah, that's why I love Shia.
Very slick.
He always
very slick.
I don't know what to
He's a pro, G. He's a pro. No matter what you ask him, I'm going to say whatever I want to say for as long as I'm going to say it. Go ahead, go. I'm learning lessons.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you, because when I said
yes, it was a very good experience, and we love each other very much, and we're going to stay together in each other's lives for as long as we are alive. And also, no.
Because I was wondering about, because I was speaking to the guy.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I agree. Sorry, Doug. No, this joke is dead. Go ahead.
I don't know what to ask now.
Yeah,
no, I mean, wrestling is obviously a big theme in this. I was just wondering if, in real life, what would be your wrestling names? And have you thought of what your signature move might be?
Gefilte Gary.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah. And just finally, so Shia, I was wondering about I was speaking to the guys yesterday, and they said that when they got you on board, you gave everything to the role, and it was a very collaborative experience. I think you said that. I think it was your idea that how the character might smoke, and I think there was just little things, and they allowed you input. How important is it for you when you get involved in a project that it is a very collaborative process between the actors and the filmmakers, and how thankful were you that they gave you that in this instance?
Really, my whole role is this dude. Really, like listening to him and watching him and falling in love with him. I wouldn't take any credit for any of my input. My input, all these like little gestures came out of fear before you show up on set, and then they disappear when you get to set. Oh, what, you weren't interested? You're just gonna burp on my answer, dude? I never burp on your answer, dude. No, but yeah, just like that kind of what just happened. That was what shooting was. So I'd be in the midst of whatever my prepackaged thing would be, whether it's an answer or an idea, and then he would burp on my idea, and we would go with his. And that was sort of the filming process, which actually, you know, brought some of my best stuff. I think I get in my own way, and he buffered me from myself.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah. Cool. Nice to meet you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey,